Our first speaker is a Marine, and I think that alone deserves our recognition. For Paige, we didn't think that defending our country was enough of an accomplishment, so we decided to launch over 50 business concepts, including Cloud and Better Works, where he's trying to make employees happier. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Paige Craig.
Thank you very much for having me. As you said, I was a Marine, and I'd say I'm something bigger these days, which is a friend to entrepreneurs and an entrepreneur myself. And I'm psyched to be here. I was out here a month ago in Vegas, and I went to a jelly. I saw entrepreneurs. What you guys may not realize is I'm all about passion. I really think passion is at the core of entrepreneurs. I'm going to tell you a few things, because I'm not from Vegas. I'm actually not from LA, where I'm at now. I actually grew up in Sacramento, but I spent half my life living around the world. I started my first business after leaving the Marine Corps. I drove into Baghdad by myself with a passion to change human intelligence and asymmetric warfare. And I won't get into the details there, but I learned a few things along the way, both in the Marine Corps and as being an entrepreneur, I'd like to share with you. For me, entrepreneurship is probably a passion, a hobby, a lifestyle. I don't go out there and race boats, but I love to hang out with entrepreneurs and help them fulfill their dreams. And what I really love is to watch them change the world, because that's what you're all doing here. If you're a founder, you're helping to change the world. So when I drove to Baghdad, I had this vision of what we needed to do better in conducting asymmetric warfare. And I followed through that passion, but it was hard. I had 5 really hard years, multiple wars. I was building this company from the ground up, and I did not have an external community supporting me. No one would invest in my idea. I couldn't get business advice. I was just a dumb Marine. I knew my business very well. I knew the business of warfare, but I didn't know anything about the business itself, and I was kind of screwed, and I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of terrible decisions on financing and hiring and organization, but I got lucky that I really knew my business, and I ended up leveraging the community overseas. I actually leveraged the Iraqi, and Afghani, and other communities I worked within, and got them involved in my business. But none of that matters today. No one gives a crap about what's going on over there. We're all leaving the country, getting out of the wars, and we're going to do better stuff, hopefully. But I want to talk about entrepreneurship and startup communities and how you actually win. And there's a couple very simple rules I learned along the way. One is that if you are in an ecosystem, you have to give more than you get. This is a very key point, and I don't know that everyone gets this. Really good founders get it, but you have to give more than you get. So when I came out to Vegas a month ago, I saw something amazing. It wasn't just tech people talking to tech people. And you got guys like Tony, you got the Super Nap here helping you, but every little person involved. I watched a bar owner who was passionate about his bar talking to tech people about how to innovate. And I watched artists talking to tech people. Each of you has the power to help. And maybe we don't flip that switch sometimes. Maybe we just sit in our world and we write on our blog and we build our company and we run our bar. But if you're in a community, if you actually care about making Vegas successful, if you guys want to change the way the world collaborates with Tracky, if you want to, one of my companies left LA, EcoBomb, and joined here. They love Vegas community. You have to get involved. So talking to Dave, I was asking him one key question, which is, I get what your business is about. I get what you're doing. I'm a big believer in this world of collaboration. We do need tools for it. But what do you do for the tech community? It was really cool to hear that he was involved in the Startup Weekend itself. I'm a firm believer that as a business owner or a nonprofit, whatever you do, take a part of your life and help those around you. That might sound really, really odd coming from a guy who spent most of his life in the Marine Corps and national security, but what you might miss about our lifestyle is that we actually, many of us go into that career believing that we should serve our community. Whether you agree or disagree with the words, we go into that profession with pretty noble aspirations and a belief in service. And once we're in, the guys and girls that serve with us are like family. They're like family the way your startup is a family. When you have a really good start, you know that feeling where it's like your brothers and sisters and you party together and you have fun and you create. So in the military, we really take care of each other. When you got, 18 to 22-year-old guys maybe working for you, you're not just teaching them how to fire a rifle and set up an ambush. You're dealing with like finance problems and what's wrong with my girlfriend? Why doesn't she talk to me? And why did all my money disappear when you shared your account with her? And there's all this stuff that happens, and what you're doing is you're helping these guys out, but what you're really doing is you're investing in people who are going to help you out. And it's not just your team. It's not just helping out the Tracky people, right? It's that entrepreneur that comes in from Iowa and decides, hey, what's going on in Vegas? And you hook them up, and you take them out, and you help them out. We are all here to help other people. So I probably don't need to teach Vegas much about that. I came out a month ago, and I saw a really great foundation here. And what's even cooler is I moved to LA because of a good friend who told me there's something really good happening in LA. And this is about 3.5 years ago. So I was off in Africa. While I was out there, I found out what she had told me, and I flew straight to LA when I got down in DC. And I decided I'm going to set up in LA. And in LA, we actually had a social ecosystem. We had restaurants and bars and stuff going on. And I come to Vegas, and I look at this place where Tony set up his headquarters, and I see empty lots. Big empty squares. You need a school, and you need all this infrastructure. But what's really interesting is you guys are even starting behind LA. And the cool challenge about that is you almost get to define how a new city works. I'd love to see what entrepreneurs come up with, but how does a new city work when you're kind of rebuilding from scratch? So you have a really, really amazing template to work from. But another thing about starting up in the community and making the community successful, other than helping other people, is to get outside of technology. Just get out of there. Now, I'm not saying don't use Tracky or don't use Twitter or any other tool, but let's spend a little bit more time face-to-face. I'll tell you, on the right up here, I read this great article that was in HBR this month. It's about MIT Media Lab's research into how people work together. And a really interesting finding is that all this email and Twitter, and it actually just starts to destroy the relationships and effectiveness of a team. And I think we all get that. I mean, how many of you would rather interact with people versus your computer? People or computer? Which one? People? Okay, computer. No? Okay. But look at our lives. We're living on these phones and laptops. But I'll tell you, connect with people. And I saw that in Vegas. All these events. We're going around the happiness bus. We're going to this outdoor fair. We're drinking, and there's corn dogs and barbecue. And it's just amazing talking to people and getting to know them and getting to help them. But these are two ingredients that we practiced in LA. When you look at how our community started, I can go back to these snowboarding trips we took together. We did Time for Wine. We went to Northern California, and we would just drink the biggest bottles of wine we could find. I mean, bottles that are taller than you. And we destroyed ourselves, but we had a great time getting to know each other. And we had, weddings and funerals and parties and beach parties and kick-ass, badass barbecues, right? Crazy badass barbecues that we threw on the beach. We did all this stuff together. We didn't just sit behind a computer. We didn't just create Facebook pages and events. We actually sort of interwove our lives together. And that's really cool. And now all that stuff that we did 3, 4, 5 years ago is all culminating. We all help each other. And it's a really good feeling. I really hope that you guys in Vegas and you girls in Vegas follow the same path. I think you're in the right direction. I just tell you, follow these 2 very simple rules. Please, consciously take time to help one another, even if it's not going to directly benefit you. You'll be amazed at what you get out of life when you give more than you get. And the second thing is, take time to escape technology. Take time to get up there and just get to know each other and hook someone up and help them out. You'd be amazed at what that will do for your community. And I'll tell you, I'll wrap up here. You probably want to hear from people that are actually from the Vegas tech community, but I'm thankful you invited me out here. I really hope that beyond e-com on the left LA, that I get to help other Vegas entrepreneurs. I'll tell you, if you ever come to LA, please look me up. It's not an empty commitment. I still, even with BetterWorks today, try to give a lot of time to entrepreneurs. It is a passion. So if you do make it to LA, my head, my heart, my mind, and my home are open to you. I mean that literally. I've opened up my home to entrepreneurs coming through. I would love to throw parties with you if you want to promote your company there. If you want to know what's going on, please come to LA, and I hope when we send our folks here, you take care of us as well as we would like to take care of you. Have a wonderful day, and wish you all very much success in your lives. Thank you.